Nation, happy Monday. Happy Monday. We're back at it. We are back at it. Monday is my mentoring day, so I spend the day mentoring the people on my team. And it's been an awesome morning. Connected with 4 people already on my team and have a bunch more in the afternoon. But before that, this is my break. Chat with you guys, try to bring some value, try to help. Let me see who's in the live. Let me see who's in there. I see my man Bo here. Let's bring him in. This will be fun. Let's go. Connecting. There he is.
Well, I'm one of your team, so you're actually still mentoring today.
Well, there we go. That's true. I like the glasses, dude. Look at that.
They're blue blockers. So if before we go into it, so I work LA hours, but I'm in the UK. So I'm up from 8 a.m. working, and then by about 5 p.m. I'm starting to get fatigued. But these are really, they've been a lifesaver. I can go till about 2 a.m. now.
That's an 8-hour difference?
So 8 hours between LA and here, but it's because the production company we work with, it's great because they go to bed, I wake up, we got like a 24-hour machine going. So we're hyper efficient. So they're waking up, the last 3 hours, so I've already been in meetings all morning, but it works well for us, and then even during COVID, we still got to get stuff done, so it's cool. Nice. But how are you? I'm so happy to be here. I haven't seen you in ages.
It's happening, yeah. So Bo's been a friend of the channel for a long time, and 3 years ago, was it 3 years ago when we did the first one? Or was it a year ago?
The way we did first one with Mel Robbins 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So 2 years ago, Bo approached me and said, "Hey, I want to do an interview series and reach out to some of the top people, and can I put it on your channel? Can I use your name and get it up?" I said, "Yeah, let's do it." And so we got Mel Robbins, and I think we did 3 episodes. We did Mel, we did Lisa Nichols.
We did Mel, Lisa Nichols, Tony Horton, and Lewis Howes.
Oh, 4, yeah, Lewis, yeah. Okay, so we had 4, and then you know, Bo's
Hollywood called.
Yeah. He got his big opportunity, and it's like, great, awesome. End of the Bo show. Sad for me, but but now it's back. So the Bo show is back. We just released the Wim Hof one yesterday, and then are we teasing what's coming up, Bo? Are we teasing?
We'll get to it. It's a big one, and you've seen it, and this person's team has also seen the interview, and they are so excited by it because 1, the amount of TikTok content they're going to get, so that's probably a giveaway, but also 2, something that we've managed to do, and it dates back to 2 years ago, is we're able to get these really personable interviews. So it's not the kind of cut and paste business where they're given the same spiel that they're going to be giving on stage. They're actually going in deep. And if you watch the Wim Hof one, I've been inundated with messages today of people saying how just they were glued for 51 minutes. And just rewinding again, a slight pivot is I sat down with Evan 3 years ago, and Evan kind of took my ship of my life and moved it 1 degree. And that 1 degree changed everything. And all it was add value to as many people as you can with your skill set without expecting anything back, and just do that. And again, it's quite well known that within 2 months I landed my dream job. But that formula of adding value without expectation of getting something back, I've done. It's even going to the store. It's interacting with everyone. And it's, if I meet someone, no matter who they are, I want them to leave feeling better for having have met me. And so by using that in the interview context that we're doing, these are not interviews, they're conversations. And we're drawing the best out of people. And I don't mind saying, I'll tease it. So one of the first people I ever interviewed for my tiny channel a long time ago was Gary Vaynerchuk. Everyone loves Gary. He's one of the biggest names on your channel, Evan. I know you've even got, I never even knew you had like a Gary V channel. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, it's one of our experiments.
I love it. But so Gary shot an interview, a 4-minute master's interview with me many years ago, and it was on his way to the most exciting day of his life, and that was the VaynerMedia draft for his sports company, VaynerSports, sorry. And on the other end of the camera was his D-Rock. D-Rock shot the interview from the other end. And when he put down the phone, he said something that resonated with me. He's like, I don't know who this guy is, but I get like 5,000 to 10,000 requests a week for interviews, but something about this guy just got me. And so and behold, I've managed to keep contact with Gary, and he's everything you think he is. It's not like there's a guy on the screen and there's a guy behind the scenes. And so the next Bo show is actually one of, well, I'm not being biased, I am being biased, sorry guys. One of the most personable and in-depth conversations with Gary Vaynerchuk I've ever seen, but I'm so privileged and blessed to have been a part of. Because we're not going about how to maximize your TikTok. We're not going about that. We're going to the core foundations of how to be a great human being to add value to others. And the reason it resonated with me is because it was the advice Evan gave me 3 years ago that took me from doing a job that I would get up at 5 a.m. and hate it every day. For me to get to Toronto, Evan, I had to like save for months. And now the difference, it's weird. It's such a difference, but that 1 degree shift has now allowed me, I can do anything I want, anytime I want. And I know it sounds ego, but it's not. It's, I've added enough value to the world that value's been added back to me. And if you just made a channel and the same video every single day was add value to others' lives without the expectation of getting something back, that's the recipe for peace on earth. It's easy, man.
I love it, dude. Well, so that's happening this weekend. The Gary V one is coming out this Sunday. And then I guess there's others in the pipe that are coming up that, yes, once they're ready to go, we'll put them up too.
So another thing as well is, so you guys on the channel here, if there's anyone that you want to see, let us know. And thanks to Evan's mentorship and belief in myself, but also the abilities that we have as people, there is no one off limits. And there's a few names that we're working with right now that if I'm not going to say it, but they are beyond the A-League. They are the stratosphere, the top of the top, the creme de la creme. But it's possible. So whatever you're doing in your life, whatever venture it is, if you think you're a small fish, man, it's that 1 degree shift and it changes everything. It's the Tony Robbins thing. He says if you have 2 ships going from Scotland and they're both going towards America and there's 1 degree difference in both, one ends up in Canada and the other ends up in Argentina. That's 1 degree. And that's the power of just changing your focus and keep going down that path. They'll be changing 1 degree every day, or you're going to go into a circle and then you get this kind of addictive mentality of self-help and that dopamine release of, yeah, I'm learning, but no, just keep going on it. So, dude, every time we speak, I'm eternally grateful for what you did for me. And it's not that look, dude, I wake up happy every single day. And it's weird. Every single day, big smile on my face. It's the ability that you have given me to care for the people that I love the most. That's the power. And that's where I draw power from. So I look around and the people around me are taken care of. And during this COVID time, it's really hard for a lot of people. However, I can take care of my family and my family's family very easily. And that's because I had your mentorship, but also the self-belief in myself to do it. So no matter what you're doing, you're in fitness, you're in finance, you want to make the next book that's going to change people's lives, whatever it is. If you're not quite getting there, it is that 1 degree shift. And if I was to write a book as a blueprint, it just feels right. I knew that when we sat down and it was personal, and it's actually on film somewhere. I don't think it's ever been aired, but that 1 degree shift has been filmed by Danny.
It's true. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I remember that. Yeah, it's cool. So, I mean, guys, Bo Show, Wim Hof just came up, Gary V this Sunday. Do you want to take some questions, Bo?
I'll take questions. I'd love to. So if you don't know, guys, I just interviewed Wim Hof, the Iceman. We had by his team was agreed to be a 20-minute interview. Turned out to nearly be, there's an unedited version that's nearly an hour 10. And it was a lot of, when you connect with people authentically, they want to help you. So what do I got? How can I find a mentor?
Yeah, so you got a question for me or Bo popping down below? Use the question box and we'll bring them in. So first one, Manish, how can I find a mentor? This is great for you, Bo. People don't actually reply if you DM them.
They do. So Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters, the best advice he ever gave me that I've carried with me for many, I used to be a musician, was if you're good enough, the world will notice. So if you're in a seeking phase right now and you're looking for a mentor because you're like, this mentor is going to take me to the next level and without them I'm nothing, it won't work. I'm really sorry. It's not that the mentor is not going to add value to you, but you need to be able to add value to the mentor. And if the mentor, whoever that may be within your industry, can see something within you that is going to grow, fantastic. And the other thing as well is, Dita Von T said it, you could be the world's tastiest, juiciest peach, but there's always someone who doesn't like peaches. So you might have a mentor that you love, but they're just not looking for your kind of person. And you just got to be okay with that and move on. But I promise you, if you love what you do and you just keep going, because life will break before you do, you're going to find that one person who believes in you, like Evan believed in me, and you're going to unlock that door to whatever your dream is.
I'd say keep it really short. I look at my DMs, and when somebody sends me like 5 screens worth of text, you're actually disrespecting the person's time, right? Like the time is the number one thing that they value the most. So you want to make sure that you're keeping it really short, making it as personal as possible, so that you're just looking for one thing that connects to the person. Like, why do Gary Vee about Bo said there's something about this guy and how he messaged me that I said yes to him and not everybody else, right? Gary especially, like Gary, when you write to Gary, you're writing your whole email in your subject line. He doesn't read anything out of the subject line. So you got to keep it super tight and make it specific to the person to make them want to care. And then just keep reaching out, right? And finding more people. Like, I don't know how many you sent out, but short, specific, ask a question. Don't ask someone to be your mentor. That implies a relationship, right? Nobody's going to say yes to that, because you're actually disrespecting the relationship, how much time goes into it. You ask, right now, you're getting mentored. This is it. Congratulations, you started the process. You're getting mentored. And then you go and do the work. And then you come back again and ask the second question. And then that's how you start getting mentored. Like, you ask one question, make it super specific, and then actually do the work. The mistake most people will make is they'll come back and say, okay, great, thank you. And then they ask another question. Like, did you do the work on the first thing that we talked about? Because then they don't want to answer the second question if you haven't done the work on the first.
There's a really great thing which I learned was, if they have a community, so your mentor or whoever you're looking at has a community, seek to add value to that community, because trust me, if you add enough value, they're going to hear about you. And so when you do DM that short little nugget of gold, they're going to be like, I've actually been waiting for you. And that's helped us. And also for me, because we've got a big production company, we get emails, hundreds of emails a day from people wanting to do projects for Netflix and Amazon. And it's really, I'm going to say this, if it's over 5 lines, I'm going to have to like walk away for a second, because I'm like this. I'm like, my attention is money. And if you have something, give me 5 lines. If you can't explain it in 5 lines, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to come back later. Or sometimes the reality is there's so many emails, you won't get back to it. And you do miss some gold sometimes, but keep your messages tiny.
Kaya's, I guess, not asking a question, just saying you guys are really nice.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and you know what? Around that, I think also just like be in the business of collecting nice people, right? So if you think that Bo's nice, great, go follow Bo. Go pay attention to the kind of content he's putting out. When Bo's asking for help on something, try to be the person who gives the help that he's looking for. And now you're on Bo's radar, right? And when you see somebody who gives you the energy that you're looking at, you just want to find ways. I do a lot of weird things with people just to, like Bo. Bo's a great example. I love Bo. He's got such a great energy, great vibe, even more so now. But I want to do something with Bo. Let's do the Bo show, right? And it's, I had no plans on doing this myself, but I don't remember how we actually came up with it, whether you suggested to me or I to you or whatever. But it's like, yes, I don't know how it's going to work. Yeah, when he said, hey, I want to relaunch the Bo show. We only did 4 episodes. Yes. I don't know when. You know, I have to create a calendar, and, you know, I've got a big team now and scheduling. But, you know, when a Bo show drops, we put that in priority, and that's the thing that goes out, right? Like, yes, you say yes, and you figure it out later. So to try to collect good people and find ways to stay in touch and potentially do business and work together, I think is really important.
100%. And also, so behind the scenes, I'm merely looking to add value to your audience, because I believe that adding value, again, I don't interview them for fame. I'm not interviewing for the numbers. I know I can call Wim anytime I need, or even Gary, which is amazing. But it's about adding value to the people who might take away one thing that will change your life.
I love it.
That was
That was my side. Sorry, Divyal, the voice of God above. How to learn skills from YouTube, like financial education and any sources. Okay, so how would you learn if you want to learn something new? First off, are you going to YouTube? Where are you going to learn new stuff?
me, man. I'm going to say it. Brilliant. Oh, I'm ashamed. It's the greatest YouTube channel ever made. Second to yours, of course, is Binging with Babish. So I used to be a musician, and when I stopped playing music, because I realized that I was doing it selfishly, I needed an outlet for creativity. So I wanted to learn how to cook. So I started watching Binging with Babish. It's a cook. He's a chef who just shows you how to cook basic. The pleasure I've learned from that, and the hours. I even subscribe to his Patreon. That's how much invested I am. And YouTube's got the amazing algorithms. Even if you watch one of our videos, it will suggest something. It's smarter than you think. It will keep the thread going of knowledge. So make sure you find something. For me, it's finding something that relates to me and I enjoy watching. There's hundreds of, like, Gordon Ramsay stuff is fun, but Binging with Babish is where I'm at. And then the thread will keep going and it'll go that way. So whatever, for me, it's finding something I love and then continuing the thread and being open to being stupid and maybe not knowing something and being like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and to Bo's point there, I think it's finding the right mentor for you. I think Gordon Ramsay is a much bigger name and more well-known than Babish. But Bo likes Babish, right? That's where he goes to for his education. So whatever you want to learn, he said specifically financial, there's lots of people who talk about it. Who do you resonate the most with? Whose advice have you taken and seen some results with? And that's the person that you want to spend more time with, consuming their content and learning. But a lot of the best teachers in the world, I think, are on YouTube right now and sharing their expertise and knowledge for free, right? That I would encourage you to go dive in and learn more.
Mike Lamott.
What's that?
Mike Lamott.
Mike Lamott, talking about stocks.
He loves it.
Guide to Life, saying, how do you deal with old friends who are toxic and try to bring you down and soil your mind?
I don't have anyone in my life I'd call a baghead. So I gave a TED talk on relationships, and the reason 4-Minute Masters exists, I don't know if you know this, is I wanted to hack in Tim Ferriss fashion. If I could, you keep hearing the phrase, you're the average of the 4 people around you. So what if I could hack that and create a circle around me of some of the most exceptional minds? So I started the interview channel 4-Minute Masters many years ago, befriended many of them where I can go and have dinner and a glass of wine or whatever with them. And before you know it, I was like, wait, my life goes up. So for me, it's my standards are so high for who I have around my life. And it sounds harsh, but I just will not tolerate wasters or people who bring me down. I can do it compassionately, saying, look, unfortunately, like, our journeys don't combine. That's cool. Even family, I have family that I don't really associate with because it's just not conducive to my own journey right now. And I know that sounds harsh, but I'm aiming really high and I'm aware of the power of relationships. So you sometimes got to be a bit hard, cut those people out and just really surround yourself with, like, the beautiful, amazing people that get you up in the morning that you just want to see every day.
Yeah, I would encourage you, Guide to Life, to have empathy for these people. They're not bad people. They just have a lot of toxicity in their own life, and they're putting that on you. That may not be fair, may not be right, but they're not happy as people. Like, anybody who leads with negativity is trying to tear down somebody else's dream. They're not a happy person themselves. So having empathy for that person helps remove the pain of the words. You'd expect somebody who's living a painful life to have pain in their words, right? So just like you expect a baby to poop themselves, that's all your friends are doing. It's not that they're bad people. So that could help remove the sting. And if you're going to cut them out, then a lot of people are too afraid to cut those people out because then, well, now I've got nobody. I'd rather have somebody who at least gives me some friendship than zero. And it's having the courage and willingness to say, no, I'm going to find better people for my life. I'm going to start outreaching. I'm going to start joining clubs and groups. And for me, being introverted, I would do it through things that I care about. Bo will go up and talk to anybody about anything. He'll make friends with anybody in an instant, and I'm jealous.
Dude, no, that's a lie, man. I'm an introvert. I really am. And I'm similar to you. I find it very difficult. However, I'm very certain, which I think you are. I'm very certain in what I like and what I'm not good at, but what I enjoy. And that allows me to connect. That's it. But no, I'm not. I may seem a social butterfly, but it's an illusion, man. I'm sorry to break it.
So if it's around entrepreneurship for me, or salsa dancing or League of Legends, we'll dive deep on talking. If it's anything else, almost, then it's hard to have a conversation. So lean in on the things that you care about, and then go find like-minded people in those groups. Makes it a lot easier. That was a good question. I like it. Okay. A bless 2-3D gem. I don't know if that means something. Anyway, I don't start things I won't finish, but I feel like it is why I procrastinate towards my goals. I don't start things I won't finish, but I feel like it is why I procrastinate towards my... Oh, okay, because he doesn't want to start something and leave it.
What's the damage? So you're like, try stuff, whatever. Because for me, it's if you start putting those boundaries up, it's the analysis paralysis, and you do nothing, and then you sit there watching YouTube about how you're going to do something, and how to becomes really addictive. And I've seen it so many times. But just try things. But when you get that one spark, it lights a tiny spark that becomes a bigger fire within you, and you're going to be going to bed at 4 a.m., waking up at 6 a.m. because you love what you do. And just chase it. And if you've not found that one thing that keeps you going and you don't care about, I understand the question, but if you are still wondering of like fear of missing out, or you've not found the right thing that sparks. You're like, Evan, you put so much time and energy into your community, but not just your community, but your entrepreneurial efforts, because it's what gets you up in the morning. It's what keeps you up until stupid o'clock at night because you love what you do. And when every person finds that, as you say, Michael Jordan level of talent, or that thing that they love, sleep is an inconvenience.
I would say for this, I just think you need to shift your identity. You've made your identity as being the finisher. So I won't start something until I'm going to finish it. And that is not very conducive to you actually living a happy life or accomplishing your goals. You should change your identity to be one around, I'm proud of my effort every day. And, if you start a book, be willing to walk away after chapter 1 if it's no good. If you're not learning from it, don't finish the book just because that's the identity you've built for yourself, that I have to finish everything that I start. There's a lot of people who are just starters, and they need to have more finishing skills and capabilities. You're the opposite. You're too much of the perfectionist. And be willing to walk away from things that don't actually serve you. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Okay, let's do one more. You good for one more, Bo?
Let's do it.
Okay, one more. Man, there's so many questions. Let me find something.
You choose, man.
Yeah, it's always
the weirder, the weirder, the better.
The weirder, the better.
I know. Like what I ate for dinner. I ate cod and salad.
Okay.
I'm on keto as well, like you, man.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here. Okay. Hey, it's my
What have you done?
birthday. It's my birthday. Any advice from Aman? Birthday advice, Bo.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I don't know how old you are, but realize that it's irrelevant in a way. The world's going to keep spinning, and if you need us to acknowledge that to make your day, I'm more than happy to, because birthdays are special. Birthdays are my favorite day of the year for me. My birthday's like halfway through the year, so I get like birthday, Christmas, birthday, Christmas. It's brilliant.
Wait, so it's like today's your birthday. We're halfway through the year.
Yeah, last month. The run up to Christmas, buying everything, that feels like a month. So, but no, man, happy birthday. Your advice, you can use it like a Monday calendar, but don't live for the Monday. So don't live for the next year that's going to be that, well, I'm 33 this year, I'm 34 this year. It's the year I'm going to do it. I know there's the famous story of Rich Roll, who on his 49th birthday or something, I might be wrong, but he was like, now I'm going to change my life. Yep, 1 in a million. Don't compare yourself to the 1 in a million. Realize that you can change what you're doing right now, anytime. If you want it to be a special occasion, your birthday, go for it, and we'll celebrate with you. And this time next year, let us know, and we will have cake. But right now, just enjoy yourself, man. It's your birthday. Do what you want.
There's Nick, who came to the Thought Leadership Academy, the last one.
I know Nick. Nick's awesome.
Yeah. So I randomly tagged him in a post, and I said, "Happy birthday, Nick." and it was just a random day, right? Like it wasn't his birthday. It's like, I know it's not your birthday, but happy birthday, Nick. And random thought came into my head. I did an action post, tagged him, and then he shared that with his audience, and then messaged me a couple days, and then again like a couple weeks later, and said, "Dude, thank you so much for that. I know it was just some fun thing, but I actually treated it like, what if today was my birthday? What if every day was my birthday? What if every day was a chance to rebirth yourself again and do something new?" And I've just had so much more agency and urgency in my life and my business because of that shift in thinking. So yeah, like it's your birthday, Ahmad. Awesome. It's everybody's birthday too. Go make it count. Today is the start of your next life. And you can start it by going watching The Bo Show. Wim Hof just came out yesterday. Gary Vee coming out Sunday. More great guests coming up too. Bo, man, thank you for coming on. Thank you for all that you do, all the love you put out into the world. And I'm super pumped for this version of the series and seeing where it goes.
Well, guys, if there's anyone that you want to see, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, you name it, my magic ability is to connect with these people. So we want to bring that knowledge to you. But Evan, thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm so happy to add this much value to your audience because I get so much pleasure from it. So thank you. Have a wonderful, what is it, Monday? It's Monday. I lose track of days in the COVID. Have a wonderful Monday, and give my love to Nina, and keep like the things that she posts on Instagram. Every time I'm like, how does she cook that? It gets even more delicious every time.
I'm a lucky guy. I'm a lucky guy.
You are. But I can't wait. I'll be over to Toronto as soon as we can, and we'll have a hug and some keto meals.
I love it. Thank you, Bo. Talk to you soon.
Take care, guys. Bye.